Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge, and let's talk horror. Now, today I'm joined by the amazing Terry Palmer. Terry, how you doing today, man?
Hey, how's it going, bro? I'm doing pretty good, man. It's hot in Cincinnati, but man, I'm making it.
Yeah, I totally get that one. Um, but before we talk about why you're here, Terry, I would like for the people that don't know you to get to know you a little bit. You grew up watching Goosebumps, and shaped your love of horror and made you the person that you are now. You're a content creator that loves everything from movies to gaming and everything in the middle. So, what gave you the desire to actually want to start creating content?
Oh, actually, it was like a lot of people was like, you guys seeing y'all love for horror. And
Mhm.
obviously, my boy Brandon, I like scary. He was like a
Our
big,
guy, man.
yeah, bro. He was a big horror content creator. And we was actually both working at Amazon. And once I started seeing how, because I didn't know about like conventions and stuff like that. And so once
Hmm.
I started learning about the conventions and everything, it gave me even more to talk about. And I started seeing how people like across the world really loved horror. And I was like, I have to thinking, man, I got to watching the different channels and stuff. And I'm thinking, like, man, I can actually do something like that because I love to talk about horror too. And to know that there's
Right.
people out there that love horror just like I like it was like, I was like so excited, bro. So I created my channel, Everything's Terry. And then I've been going on since then and actually doing like actually sometime here tonight, me and my boy B, he the one was calling. we supposed to be doing some content tonight. So every Tuesday night we have a little thing going where we talk about horror. We talk about the upcoming horror and stuff like, and we probably gonna talk about how Megan probably kind of disappointed me a little bit, but
Oh, really?
yeah, but yeah. So that's basically how it is. But yeah,
Well, and the good thing is, guys, you don't have to go far to check out Terry and his channel because I have all of his social media links and his links for this channel down in the description. So make sure you're checking out everything Terry, becoming a part of his life, like, subscribe, and do all the amazing things to show him that he's an amazing part of our community that we appreciate and love very much. And like you said, I've known you for a couple years now, seeing you and Brandon whenever we go to conventions, and we did GhoulieCon together. And it was really amazing to really pick your brain and see how into horror you are and how much it means to you. But in order for you to be that much into horror, it had to start for you somewhere, Terry. So now I would like to go back to the past and talk about what got you started in the horror genre, your first horror movie. And Terry, the first horror movie you watched was.
Chucky. But you know what? You know what's crazy, bro? I thought about it and I was like, what was my first horror movie? But what actually got me into horror? And you know what, Ken? You know what's crazy? It's it's exciting and it's kind of like different at the same time. Because when I thought about it, when I actually got into horror when I was younger, guess what it was, Ken?
What's
It was
that?
the horror video games, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I remember younger, my mom when she first brought home the first Resident Evil
Resident Evil.
and the first Silent Hill.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Ken, bro, I was into horror. That's when I started. That's when like your mind opened up. You start thinking about you're like, man, they got horror movies and stuff like that too. And so my first
Well,
horror movie I remember watching was Chucky, Child's
and we're
Play.
talking about the original Child's Play, right?
Yeah, the original Child's
Okay.
Play, definitely.
But something I do want to say when you're talking about, Resident Evil and stuff like that, I think that a big part of that too is you're controlling the outcome when you're playing
Yeah,
a video game. So you're much more invested. Like, yeah, we love horror movies, but when you're playing a horror video game, you get so invested because you're determining the outcome of what's happening in that game. It's all on your fingers, so to speak, to be able to go. And like I said, growing up, man, I loved because I didn't start with PlayStation. I started with regular Nintendo, but I loved like Castlevania,
yeah.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors,
Oh
horror
my
games like
God.
that. Like that's where it started for me. And then seeing how it went from that to going from that type of scary and making it more modern with PlayStation, with the Resident Evil and the Silent Hill. And back then, those graphics were insane.
Exactly.
Like that was nuts
Oh
back in the
my
day.
goodness.
So,
And it's
when we talk
funny.
about Child's Play, do you remember about how old you were the first time that you had seen it?
Oh, when I first seen Child's Play, I know I was at least like 11 or 12 when I first seen it. And that's why it spooked me out even more. Because the kids was young. Andy was young in that movie. And so they had you thinking about seeing, and back then they had those dolls out for real too. They were
Yeah.
like the child's play dolls. And that made it even more scary because it's like, man, what the hell? They actually got to sell those things in the stores. and,
Well,
and
and like you said, like Andy was a kid, just like us, so it was easy for us to relate to Andy because, we're watching him and he's a peer to us. It's not like we're watching a bunch of adults. We're watching a little boy that's our age. So yeah, that's absolutely terrifying.
exactly. And
You know, 'cause-
I always remember the part when at the end the guy that didn't believe that Chucky was real and he started moving at the end, and it's like, yeah, now you're a believer. Now you see him music, and I love that. That was satisfying to see that they actually put that in a movie to show the guy that he was real too. He started moving in front of the guy. He like, man, what the hell?
Yep. And he's like, but who's going to believe us?
Right.
Like, yeah, dude, that shit's awesome.
It was.
So we know you were young watching it for the first time. Do you remember who you were watching it with?
I was actually by myself watching it,
Oh,
and it was dark too. And I was like, Ken, you know how you had an experience like where you scared, but you can't turn away, and you don't
yep.
even want to go get mom or nothing. It's like, man, I'm here, I'm spooked out, but I'm watching it.
Yep. I ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going
I,
nowhere.
I'm
I'm gonna
I'm
finish
here.
this
I'm
out.
Yep, yep. I'm in for the whole deal now.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
will admit, if it was something like Hell House LLC or something, man, I probably would have been up out of there.
right, right. Well, we know that Child's Play is how it started for you and your love for that movie. But what would you say the scene that affected you the most was from Child's Play?
The scene that affected me the most, bro, was when the lady flew out the window. Cause it was like, man, because when I watch horror movies, I start imagining stuff like that happening. It's like, bro, imagine a lady flying out the window, and the whole reason it happened was because of a killer doll. It was like, man, it was crazy work, man. And even when I used to be in school, I think about that scene, like, man,
Hmm.
that was crazy.
And then after that, you have Andy being like,
He said that Maggie was a real bitch and got what she deserved.
you're like, what, dude? Like, holy shit, Andy, calm down, man. You got to do Aunt Maggie like that, bro.
Yeah, and it's crazy that him being a kid and having to go through that, especially when nobody believe you. Like, man, that's
Hmm.
crazy word.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we know what scene affected you the most. But Child's Play is still, I think, a movie that impacts a lot of us today. We all still love it just as much today as we did back then. So, what would you say your favorite scene from Child's Play would be?
That would probably be either that scene or the scene with when he finally come back to life toward when he come start showing himself, revealing himself at the end to the guy, and the guy find
Mhm.
out that the guy's like, "Fuck me, what the hell?" All is
Well,
really
because at that
alive.
point he's all burned up and shit too.
Yeah.
You know, comes through the vent and starts choking him and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
And
yeah, dude.
I always love that, like in any type of movie, whether it's horror or action, I love like the funny scenes.
Hmm.
And that's why I'm hoping
Well,
Scary Movie 6, you get the same, they don't dumb it
yes.
down. You know what I mean? We need that classic funny, like where they ain't scared to go out, like nobody can get offended. Like, man, just let them do what they do. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think that's what we got to do. Let them take the wheels, let them drive, and let them have fun. Give
Yeah.
us a movie that's going to make us laugh. You know, don't worry about offending somebody. 'Cause if you worry about offending one person, you got to worry about offending them all. So
Yep.
just, go out there, make the movie you want to make, and run with it.
Yep.
But since we're talking about Chucky and we love the kills. I know you talked about Aunt Maggie's kill being the scene that affected you the most, but is that your favorite scene in the movie, or is that the best kill for you in that movie, or is there one that stayed with you a little more than that one?
Man, to me, Ken, that's my favorite kill in the first one. To me, it's I found out it was like unpopular. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought three was the best one to me.
Yes, that's my favorite.
Yes. And a
Dude,
lot of people, when you tell a lot of people three is their favorite, a lot of people say either one or two. They like three. I'm like, man, I love three. Andy had grown up and stuff like that. So I think I like the kills in that one more than all of them. And then obviously people we love Miss Kettle that Miss Kettlewell kill, but as
part
far
two.
as, yeah, but as far as part one, that was probably my favorite kill because bro, you gotta think about it, Ken. Somebody flying out the window is diabolical.
That one and the one of my favorite kills in the whole franchise is in part one when he's the voodoo doll.
Yeah, the
You
voodoo
know,
doll was
like that's another
definitely,
one, man. That like,
yeah.
holy shit.
Oh my god,
So
that was definitely a good one, the voodoo doll.
I usually ask people like, what's your favorite movie in the franchise? And you just told me it's part three, and I agree with you, bro. Like, and I get so much shit for it because everybody tells me it's a hot take too. Like, oh, really? Part three is your favorite? And I'm like, dude, there's just something special about Child's Play 3. Like you said, and nobody likes it. Even Don Mancini himself says that's his least favorite. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? That movie is so freaking good. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to know that you're a fan of it, man, because so am
Oh
I.
man.
Huge fan of Child's Play 3, bro.
I love Child's Play 3. That's my favorite one. I used to watch that one all the time. And then you got the
Yep.
military music. The dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, man.
Man, that sound like
Dude,
Terminator music.
one of the saddest deaths too, man. The garbage guy in the truck. Like
Yeah, he
that
was just
death
trying
is
to
sad as
help.
hell, man.
Yeah, Chucky ain't care. Like, man, you try to help me, but I don't care.
Yeah, man. That's when I was like, man, Chucky is a dick.
Yeah.
So,
Man,
whenever I talk
I
to people about their first horror movie, Terry, I usually ask them, would you like to see your first horror movie remade today? Now, obviously, that's already happened. We had the Child's Play remake in 2019. Did you see that? And if so, were you a fan?
I actually seen it, Ken, but I can't really say I'm a fan because I don't remember it. You know how
That's
some
fair.
movies you seen a while back and you can't really like really remember it as much. Like
Hmm.
I seen it, but I don't think I was really in tune with it for real. I think that's the
Sure.
every now and then you'll watch a movie, you watching it, but you're not really watching it.
Yeah.
And so I
And
can't
I,
really say I'm a fan of it for real because I didn't really tune into it. It's almost like I almost felt disrespected, like, man, y'all trying to remake you. You know what I mean? Like you kind of feel disrespected when people try to make like your favorite movies over. You know what I mean? It's like, leave this alone. This is precious. Leave this to the side. Don't touch this, you know?
See, and I've said this before on the show, so for people that have heard me say this before, I'm sorry. I think that that movie would have been much better received if they called it Buddy from the world of Child's Play. Like,
Right.
name the doll something different. You know, you didn't do the Charles Lee Ray thing. All you had to do was name the doll something. It didn't have to be Chucky. It could have been anything. And I think it would have been much better received than it was because I think it's a good movie. Like, the deaths are crazy in that movie. The acting is really good. Like, I think there's a lot of very redeemable qualities about Child's Play 2019, but the doll looks fucking ridiculous. Like, the doll looks fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And it just I hate the fact that it's technically a remake because it's not a
Yeah.
remake to me, it's a reimagining. But um man, you know, we're talking about your first horror movie, Terry, and how much it means to you. But here for a second, my little buddy Ghostface is here, and he has a question for you.
Okay.
What's your favorite scary movie, Terry? What is
Oh,
your favorite horror movie of all time?
oh man, I get a lot of shit for this one too, Ken. Because it's always that thing like, is this a horror movie? I don't think that's a horror movie and stuff. But I feel like if it got like a lot of suspense and stuff in it, it's still considered a horror movie. And I
Mhm.
always tell people like, I don't feel like my favorite horror movie can really be challenged because it got great acting, it got great music, it got great scenes, and I really want to know your opinion on it. Like, what would you think would be some flaws of it? And that's The Sixth Sense. That's my favorite horror movie of all time, man.
I will fight to the death if somebody wants to tell me Sixth Sense is not a horror movie, man.
Exactly.
That's 100% a horror movie. I,
Especially with him being a kid going through that, man. That's
yeah,
what I tell people,
dude.
like, you got to put yourself in that situation. Now, is it a horror
Mhm.
movie? Just like Jurassic, people say Jurassic Park and stuff like that ain't horror movies. Man, there's big giant dinosaurs, Ken. Like, come on, man.
Dude, again, Jurassic Park is a creature feature.
Yes.
150% a horror movie. Like, there's no doubt, no changing my mind whatsoever on that. Yes, it's a horror movie. So, yeah, and like I said, Sixth Sense, holy shit, man. Like the scene where he's walking down the hallway at school and he looks over and you see those people that are hanging.
Yeah.
Like that shit is terrifying, man. Like, how can you say that's not a horror movie? I'll never understand that one. I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna say like Seven or something, and I was gonna defend that. But Sixth Sense,
Yeah.
that's a slam dunk for me. That's like somebody telling me that a hamburger is not food. I'm like, what? Have you ate one? Like, yeah,
Exactly.
hell yeah, that's food.
Yeah.
Um,
Because back then they used to run in the 90s, they kind of tried to run away from horror because they didn't want to give horror its props. So they would
Right.
label it just suspense, like, but like you say, Seven and stuff like that is horror movie. I don't care if you try to
Oh
put
yeah.
suspense on it all you want. That's just
Right.
trying to take our credit away from us. You know what I mean? But definitely horror.
Yeah, and I agree. I 100% agree. And horror's starting to get to the level where it's not taboo anymore. And, maybe people start to recognize how great horror, even though it's a horror thriller is still a horror film. Just as much as it's a thriller, it's a horror film too. So,
Yep, because thriller, and suspense is cousins to horror. Because
right.
it's right there. You know what I mean? It don't
They
take
go
that much
hand in
for a
hand with each
thriller to
other,
go into
man.
horror territory. If somebody chasing you is a thriller, if they catch you as horror.
Bingo. So, we've talked about your first horror movie and your favorite horror movie, Terry, but before I let you go, we always bounce back to the same question. We're going to go back to Child's Play, and what we're going to do is rank this movie on a skull count. Now, Terry, we're not ranking Child's Play on acting, production, score, direction, nothing like that. We're not being critics. All we're doing is ranking this movie on how much it affected you on your first viewing. So, 0 skulls being not effective, 5 being extremely effective. You can use half and quarter skulls anywhere in the middle. Terry, what would your ranking of Child's Play be?
Man, Ken, you already know where I'm going. I'm going all the way to the top 5.
That's
And
5.
if it was number 3, 10.
Double that shit.
Double it up.
Double it, and give it to the next guy.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Because number 3 was my shit, man. Remember with the kill with the man, I couldn't wait for that one guy to get on the live, the one that had the clippers. Yeah. Trying to cut Chucky hair, like, man, what is, like, first of all, what type of weird person is you? Put the dollar or what's the name of, like, man, you ain't cut enough heads.
But just
presto, you're dead.
Love it, man.
Chucky 3, bro. Chucky 3 was crazy.
I might watch that tonight, man. I love that
3
movie so much.
Leprechaun 3 when he was in Las Vegas. Man, Leprechaun 3 was my shit too. Man, Ken, anytime you want to get on here and talk about horror, bro, we can.
Yeah, dude, I'm in, man. And I know I said it at the beginning, guys, but we're at the end of the third act now. The credits are about to roll and the curtain's about to drop. But before that happens, I have the links for Everything's Terry in the description. So please make sure you're following, becoming a part of his family as well. He's somebody that means a lot to me. We've been friends for about 5 years now, and we always get to meet up at conventions and have a good time and talk to each other. And like I said, me, him, and Brandon always get to, chop it up a little bit. And they're two guys whose opinions I love very much. So, Terry, please don't go anywhere, my friend. I do have a couple more questions for you. Everyone else, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Those links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror, stay what you are, and we'll see you guys soon.
Peace, y'all.